Hi everyone, welcome to the Celebrity Diaries. Aretha Franklin is the sovereign of soul music, enamoring the world with her strong voice and making a permanent imprint in the music industry. From humble starting points to global fame, her venture has been one of win-win strength. Furthermore, her graciousness as a carefully prepared columnist represents considerable authority in revealing the complexities of social symbols. I welcome you to go along with me as we dig profoundly into the enamoring woven artwork of ARA Franklin's life, investigating her pivotal profession, her significant effect on altruism, and the conditions encompassing her passing. Furthermore, the charming subtleties of her legacy tie in for a riveting investigation of the lady behind the legend, Aretha. Franklin, frequently hailed as the sovereign of the soul, was not just a melodic symbol yet additionally a monetary force to be reckoned with. In spite of her announced total assets of $10 million at the hour of her passing in 2018, this figure belied the genuine degree of her riches. Court records uncovered that her home was entangled in a fight in court, shedding light on the significant eminence pay she kept on producing Polly, running from $3 to $4 million every year when considering the worth of her broad music list and other scholarly properties. Specialists conjecture that her genuine total assets could take off to between $50 and $80 million. Famous for ageless works of art like Regard, I Say a Bit of Supplication, and I Never Cherished a Man the Way I Love You. Franklin's melodic heritage has risen above the age. Her unrivaled vocal ability earned her the title of the best artist ever by Drifter magazine, outperforming legends like Beam Charles, Elvis Presley, and Weave Dylan. With over 75 million collections sold overall, she solidified her status as one of the most successful music craftsmen in history. Franklin's effect on the music business stretched out a long way past record deals she reimagined. Soul music with her strong voice procuring 18 Grammy grants over her distinguished vocation, her impact on the diagrams was similarly noteworthy, with 112 singles and 21 #1 hits on the research and development outline, procuring her the title of the lady with the most announcement rankings. Her achievements were not restricted to the domain of music. Franklin's exhibition of My Country, T.I. of the Barack Obama's initiation, highlighted her importance as a social symbol. Besides, she held the record for the most Hot 100 hits by a female craftsman until it was outperformed by Nicki Minaj in 2017, yet not at all like Minaj. Franklin gloated craftsman credit on every one of the 73 of her graphing tunes. Aretha Louise Franklin was brought into the world on March 25, 1942, in Memphis, Tennessee, to Barbara and Clarence Levon C.L. Franklin. Aretha was bound to be amazing from the beginning. Her dad, a Baptist with a flourishing voice and roots in Shelby, Mississippi, drove the family's otherworldly venture, while her mom, a gifted musician and artist, imbued their home with music regardless of their melodic gifts. The Franklin family was not without its battles. Mr. Franklin's treachery created a shaded area over their marriage, prompting their partition in 1948. A youngster at that point had seen the disturbance firsthand. Early life following the partition, her mom got back to Bison with one of ARA's relatives, Vo, while Aretha and her kin stayed in Detroit with their father. Misfortune struck the family when Aretha's mom died from a heart assault in 1952. Leaving Aretha vagrant at a young age. Yet, in the midst of the misery, the Franklin home turned into a safe haven. Thanks to the help of family members like Aretha's grandmas Rachel and Mahalia Jackson, who stepped in to help raise the kids, it was during this turbulent time that Aretha found her own melodic abilities, figuring out how to play the piano by ear. She tracked down comfort and articulation in music, notwithstanding confronting difficulty. ARA's assurance remained immovable. She went to government-funded schools in Detroit. However, her conventional training was cut short when she exited during her sophomore year at Northern Secondary School. In the interim, her dad's strong lessons procured him the moniker of the man with the million-dollar voice, drawing swarms. Furthermore, appreciation any place he taught their home turned into a center point for persuasive figures in the gospel music scene, counting Clara Ward, James Cleveland, and individuals from the bands. Even lights like Martin Luther King Jr. and Jackie Wilson. What's more, Sam Cooke considered C.L.L. Franklin. A companion among these compelling guests was C.L. Ward, who shared a nearby bond with ARA's dad and turned into a job model for the youthful ARCA in spite of the intricacies of their relationship. Ward's presence left a permanent imprint on Aretha's childhood, forming her melodic goals and giving a brief look into the universe of gospel significance. At only 12 years of age, she left on a melodic journey with her dad, C.L. Franklin, visiting places of worship, furthermore, offering her gift to gatherings all over under her dad's direction, or that marked her most memorable recording contract with JVB Records. Making ready for her presentation in the music business recorded at the core of her profound childhood, Aretha's initial tracks counting Never Become Old and Valuable. Ruler exhibited her crude ability and profound established confidence, which these accounts deified in the collection. Soul served as a demonstration of her immense capacities at the young age of 14, wandering past the bounds of her Detroit home. Blemish Ease Way met with incredible figures like Sam Cooke and Martin Luther King Jr., whose impact would shape her profession and convictions. Cooke specifically roused her change into popular music, lighting a fire inside her to investigate new skylines. With her dad's favoring, Aretha ventured to New York, where she got the consideration of Columbian Records with her hypnotizing vocals in spite of enticing offers from different names, including R.C. Victor and TLA. Aretha picked Columbia as her melodic home for her presentation single Today. Vocation, I Sing the Blues, which denotes the start of her rising to fame, procuring her put on the outlines and catching the hearts of audience members. Aretha's initial collections incorporating Aretha with the Bryant Combo and the energizing Aretha Franklin exhibited her flexibility and dynamism as a craftsman in spite of the basic approval and business achievement that evaded her in Columbia, with the mark attempting to handle her gospel roots and advance her in like manner in any case. ARA's star kept on rising, instructing weighty aggregates for her zapping exhibitions in dance clubs and theaters across the country. Her appearances on well-known music shows like Hollywood A Go-Go and Get Together solidified her status as a power to be dealt with in the music business. Franklin's melodic excursion took a huge turn in November 1966 when her agreement with Columbia Records came to an end in spite of her evident ability to frustrate collection deals, leaving her owing cash to the organization anyway. Jerry, we saw her true capacity and persuaded her to join Atlantic Records, perceiving the chance to bridle her gospel foundation and trailblazer a new deep sound. In January 1967, Franklin set out on a recording meeting at Distinction Studios in Muscle Schools, Alabama. Supported by the eminent Muscle Schools mood segment, she emptied her heart into the deep pulling form, I never cherished a man the way I love you anyway. Strains erupted between her chief and spouse Ted White and studio faculty prompting. The unexpected finish of the meeting notwithstanding the strife, the melody took off to the highest point of the graphs, denoting Franklin's most memorable top 10 pop single, and hardening her status as a rising star. Collaborating with Wexler in Atlantic, Franklin's star proceeded to ascend by 1968. She was hailed as the country's best artist, with graph-besting collections like Woman's Soul and Aretha now ruling the wireless transmissions. Hits like Chain of Simpletons, Ain't No Chance, and I Say a Little Supplication displayed her unmatched vocal ability and established her inheritance in the archives of music history. In February 1968, Franklin gripped her most memorable Grammy grants, setting the stage for a progression of honors and accomplishments even in the midst of individual difficulties, like a crook pantomime plot focusing on her. Franklin's star kept on sparkling. Brilliant, with her music reverberating profoundly with crowds overall, as the 1970s unfolded, Franklin's prosperity, as it were, increased with a line of outline beating hits, like Don't Play That Melody You Lied and Spanish Harlem collections like A Heritage Soul in Obscurity and Youthful Skilled in Dark further hardened her status as a melodic force to be reckoned with, while weighty exhibitions, for example, featuring Fillmore West, displayed her unparalleled stage presence. In January 1972, Franklin got back to her gospel roots, with the notable live collection Astounding Beauty, recorded more than 2 evenings at a church. The collection dazzled crowds with its spirit-mixing versions of gospel principles, reaffirming Franklin's place as one of the best voices of her age. Astounding Beauty stays one of the top-rated gospel collections of all time, a demonstration of Franklin's persevering heritage and impact on music. In 1980, she left on another section by marking with Clive Davis Arista Records, lighting any expectations of reviving her profession, her order execution at the Imperial Albert Lobby before Sovereign Elizabeth the Sovereign, and her acclaimed appearance in the Blues Siblings added to her celebrated heritage in 1985. Franklin's collection who zoom in, who carried her back into the spotlight with a new energetic sound, acquiring platinum certificate and producing hits like Interstate of Adoration and the title track, her jolting interpretation of America the Wonderful at WWE's WrestleMania 3. Further set her status as an irreplaceable asset regardless of confronting difficulties in the late 1980s and mid-1990s. Franklin proceeded to transform the music business. Hits like A More Profound Love and Prepared to Pardon display